Hello. Welcome to another video from 10x Investor Education. In this video, today I would like to talk about AR VR contract. Basically, a HoloLens Microsoft is selling to US Army 120,000 of them to close to $21 billion over a period of 10 years, and that is close to $175,000 a piece. That's a lot of money. If you take a regular HoloLens, it's a personal use HoloLens is close to $4,000 or $3,000. But you know, US Army can spend a lot of money, and this is very highly customized, rugged version of HoloLens with a lot of other features that can actually is getting sold for $175,000. So let's get into the details of the story and let me see. And based on this news, two stocks which are known as Microvision and which went up by close to 55% or 60%, and it came down obviously. And then another stock is Intevac Incorporated, which also supplies to US military, mainly defense, so which also went up by close to another 30-40%. So I would like to talk about these stocks today and what are the potential for the stocks keep going, and also what are my favorites in AR VR category. So let's get into the article. So this is purely my opinion, and this is not an advice to buy or sell these stocks. I will tell you what my position in these stocks, and please click the like button because I spent a lot of time, and hopefully you like this, and at the end of the video you'll get an idea how this particular market is going in. So coming back to the article, as you can see here guys, this is $20 billion over a period of 10 years, just one contract with Microsoft. That is, you can see the total addressable market for AR VR. So since last 4 months, I have been talking about these companies and how I invested into Vuzix at $5, $6. I made almost 3, 4 videos, and then after that, ARC started buying at $20. So I'll talk about this, what this contract means, how this is going to affect the industry, and what are other companies going to benefit in this line. Okay, so this is basically the summary of the article. Microsoft has won a contract to supply the US Army with HoloLens based headsets. The contract could be worth up to $21 billion, 120,000 headsets, which is close to 175, okay, $175,000 per headset. So the software maker has been working closely with Army since 2018. So it's almost 3 years it has been working and prototyping for such a big contract. So for initially, actually, they had a contract for $470 million to test this with Army. Okay, so the system also leverages augmented reality, which is this is the main thing, AR. Okay, and machine learning to enable a lifelike mixed reality. So we are talking about a lot of things here. Okay, virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. I will show a couple of examples what is a real mixed reality and how combat forces will use these headsets to train and also do war using these headsets. So training environment to close combat forces, CCF can rehearse before engaging adversaries, reads the US Army statement. In February, the Army revealed how a newer or more rugged version of the heads display can let the operators of armed vehicles see through the walls, for example. So arm can see through the walls. Okay, this is the most important thing for Army, obviously, right? Since a Bradley fighting vehicle in earlier version was criticized for poor Spencers. So basically there's a lot of improvements between HoloLens 1 and HoloLens 2, and they are talking about HoloLens, the latest version of HoloLens. Okay, so this is how a actually crazy looking version of this particular headset will look like, with so many sensors and goggles like looking like. And so Microsoft initially won a $479 million contract to supply Army version of HoloLens augmented reality back in 2018. That's the initial version. Okay, so this is for last 3 years Microsoft has been working with. Okay, so if you look at closely, the inventor of this HoloLens at Microsoft is Alex Kipman. Okay, let's see who is Alex Kipman. So Alex Kipman is a technical fellow at Microsoft, has been there for a long time. He's a technical fellow for AI and mixed reality in the cloud and AI group at Microsoft. An innovator at heart, Kipman has led four major breakthroughs products for company including Connect into 2010. Microsoft HoloLens is the latest product creation bringing holograms to Windows. So it's all about HoloLens and holograms and AI and virtual reality and mixed reality. He is very much involved and is a top technical fellow at Microsoft. Okay, so if this is like similar article from CNBC. So okay, so if you look at last contract of Microsoft with US government is Azure contract for $10 billion, which is considered huge contract. Compared to this is a $21 billion contract with Microsoft, which is a huge contract again. And slowly Microsoft is becoming US government and also getting into a lot of defense business. This is really good news for Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the best FANG stocks that I have in my portfolio, but this growth obviously is not what a small cap company will not have. So a lot of small cap companies have a lot more growth than Microsoft. So basically, the what purpose of this buying this headset it is saying is the headset enables soldiers to fight, rehearse, and train in one system, the army said in a statement. So this is the main purpose: rehearse, fight, and see through the walls, and also look at the holographic images, and that could 3D dimensional holographic images they can see and visualize how to fight. Okay, so if you look at here, so based on this, what happened was uh, two stocks went up. Okay, so one is Microvision. So if you look at 5-day chart of Microvision with this news, Microvision went from $14 to almost $19, close to 50%. And next day it came back slowly. Okay, so Microvision is a $2.4 billion company, and if you look at the ratings and everything, this is, if you think this is a lot of a pump and dump stock. Okay, this is not a new thing, and this is more like a pump and dump stock. If you look at a 3-month chart, okay, the base very strong resistance is at $8 or $8.50. So anything more than $8-9, because after this announcement there was no upgrade of Microvision. This is purely on speculation pumped up. Okay, but I have been buying around $7-6 Microvision. Okay, so it's purely speculative investment. The reason because it's a $2.4 billion. In spite of having so many patents and products, they still make close to less than $500,000. Listen to me, $500,000 revenue last quarter, which is a lot less, and also it's increasing year on year, but there are a lot of products, but they have not sold anything. So that is the reason why I do not invest big in this. So I try to buy if it close to $7-8, and then okay. But if they confirm that the revenue share and potential revenue share from this contract, I think this will be a huge stock bump to this stock, and I keep watching on this stock. Okay, so the reason is, so it's in 5 days it went up to almost $19. It came back to close to $15 stock. Okay, so I keep eye on this, but there's a lot of other good stocks in this sector that I would like to go through about it. So if you look at here, so there is another stock on top of Microvision that went up with this news. The company known as Intevac Tech for Microsoft HoloLens. So Intevac digital night vision sensors based on its patented electron bombard active pixel sensor. So basically Intevac is also night vision sensors they supply to US government. Most of their revenue comes from defense contracts. So because of this contract with Microsoft. They expected Intevac also have a contract. That is the reason Intevac stocks also went up a lot on that day. So if you look at here, Intevac stock was like close to $5.50. It went to almost more than 50% next 3 days. But if you look at Intevac stock actually keep going up, where Microvision stock has been keep going down. So if you look at compared to Microvision, which is a $2.5 billion company with $500,000 revenue, and Intevac, which is like $196 million company, and if you look at their revenue, so Intevac revenue is, so this is last quarter. Intevac announces fourth quarter results for 2020. So net income for the quarter was 1.5 million. So net income, not total income. Okay. So if you look at here, revenue for the quarter was 28.6 million. Okay. So the Photonics revenue included 5.3 million revenue, and compared to 2019 revenue, the revenue fell down by certain percent. Okay. And also, so but if the total revenue for 2020 is here, which is close to I think $100 million. So which also went down by decently percentage. So if you look at compared to, but they have a huge backlog right now, and I'm expecting they deliver this year with a lot more revenue. Okay, so this is so we are talking about a company with close to $100 million revenue for 2020 with a $200 million market cap. Okay, so this is where the difference between Microvision and Intevac. So if you look at here, in fourth quarter revenue $35 million compared to last year. So the total revenue was, gross margin was 48% compared to 46%. And then if you look at here, $10 million compared to, so our total backlog is $46 million January 2020 compared to $63 million September 2020. So they have been actually filling up the backlog during 2021. So total revenue, this is what financial summary for 2020 was $97.8 million, including $52 million TFE revenues and $45 million Photonics revenue. So this is compared to, so actually the revenue went down by close to $10 million compared to 2019. So that is the reason actually the stock actually went down. If you look at 1 year stock, and the stock actually went down, and then it's coming back, hoping that this will continue revenue in 2021, with hoping that they'll get more contracts from US government. So this is basically a company with $100 million revenue, yearly revenue, with a $196 million market cap, and also actually they have PE, which means because they make a net earnings or net profit after all the expenses. So this is what it is, difference between a Microvision stock and Intevac stock. So coming to, so why am I covering? So if you look at here, I have made several videos on AR, VR technologies. I have a separate playlist in 10x Investor Education based on AR, VR, MR, which is mixed reality stocks. So if you look at here, I covered multiple stocks in the spectrum, and also most of my videos are related to Vuzix, Kopin, and other stocks. This is the last stock where ARK started buying around $20, whereas Vuzix, if you look at my first video in Vuzix, I started actually buying the Vuzix stock at $5 to $6 range. So these are my picks in this AR VR category. If you look at them, so Vuzix is at $25 stock, which is at $1.4 billion market cap. So when I started investing, it was around 200 or 150 million dollar company. So, and this went up by almost 5 times since last few months. And this is still bought by ARK, and Steve Weiss highly recommends in CNBC, but this is a high price at this point. I sold my most of covered calls at $40. So, but if you look at here, as I said, Microvision is a very purely speculative and risky play. So the so I sorted by market cap. So the biggest market cap is Trimble. Trimble is a different company, not pure AR/VR company. They supply connectors for HoloLens. That's the reason why they have some market in different industries, in virtual reality, mixed reality. That's the reason why I included it. But this is the biggest ARC stock in their space ETF known as TRMB. The reason is because ARC has been really careful. They have started buying the companies that make actual revenue rather than pure speculative plays at this point. So that's the reason I included. But this and this stock is actually bought by ARC in their ETFs. Okay, coming to other my favorite stocks in AR, VR, MR, and holographic software and services. One of my favorite stock has been Copin and EMAN. This is where I invested little bit money, and they have been. So if you look at Copin, which is actually 30 cents, 52-week close stock, which is close to $10, which is close to 20x stock, which is close to another $500 million stock. Okay, so this is US based company. So and this one both have US based company. They sell a lot of products and micro LED displays for this. They are like brick and mortar companies, which I have covered in my previous research multiple times. Okay, so and other companies, if you look, Vimi Hologram Cloud Incorporated. This is where I started investing when the stock touched around $5.50 when they announced a offering last week. So I feel this is down by 78% for the year. The main risk is obviously is a Chinese small cap company, but so most of their revenue, 80% of their current revenue comes from holographic advertising sales. But they also offer a lot of other services tying up. They're getting into EV market and also LiDAR type market. They are trying to use their software and hardware into 3D imaging and other things. So if you look at here, so this is one I want to keep an eye on this one, and probably if it drops or it keeps going, so because they are introducing multiple products and that coming into the US market. So I covered a lot of these stocks in this. I don't want to get into in depth of any of the stocks, but these are the stocks I am tracking, and I believe some of the stocks from 100 to $200 million stocks, it can go easily to $1 billion stock in during 2021 or 2022. So if you look at one of the news of Vimi Holdings, Vimi announced that its holographic AR product, Vimi Holo AR HUD, has been approved by FCC to enter into the US market, which is just 2 days back news. So if there are so many companies including Facebook, Snapchat, WeChat, so many companies are working on products for AR VR market. So this company is unique in technology in offering services. So in addition to market, so basically they're trying to get into automotive holographic AR navigation. So what they're going to do is they're going to have objects in the windshield, and they have multiple holographic products in navigation, AR navigation, holographic AR windshields, holographic AR rear view mirrors, onboard holographic AR communication, other holographic AR features increasing rapidly. So to fulfill the surging demand for holographic EV applications, the company plans to develop multiple solutions, vehicle devices, vehicle chips, and vehicle software. Okay, this is purely speculative, but the way they actually make close to $70 million revenue per year, which is a close to $500 million market cap. In my view, among speculative, this is one of the company that makes a lot of revenue, and actually using that revenue, they are investing into other fields and using their holographic technology. So in my view, this is a decent, with a given risk, decent return company that I'm going to look into seriously and invest into this company. So I would like to show actually the mixed reality, how it's going to get used by US defense, similar to the way Trimble uses in building services. I would like to short video that shows how actually this HoloLens gets used Similarly, mixed reality products are getting used in other industries.
The Trimble XR10 with HoloLens 2 utilizes mixed reality technology to take your 3D content off the screen and into the real world, precisely conveying the work to be done to every stakeholder on the project, ensuring that your projects come in on time and in budget. Integrated into an industry-standard hard hat, the XR10 is a purpose-built device that includes a flip-up lens for clear vision, an intuitive user interface, and job site certifications for safe on-site use. Perform immersive pre-construction walkthroughs in the 3D coordinated model with local and remote stakeholders to clarify design intent. Visualize the design overlaid with the context of the as-built building elements, even those behind walls and beneath floors. With Trimble Connect for HoloLens, contractors can detect clashes, measure, create to-dos, and track issues on site and in the shared model. Enhance communication, optimize coordination, increase confidence, and reduce downtime with the Trimble XR10 and Trimble Connect for HoloLens.
So you'll get an idea. So basically, US defense going to use HoloLens to train and in the battlefield actually to see the images and 3D and actually to pass the orders among the people. So this is just an example. So as I said here, the given the market, I believe the total addressable market has went up a lot with this contract, and there is a huge potential for some of the stocks to go up. And I'm carefully watching and investing into these companies. As I said, Macrovision is pure very speculative play, but around $8 to $9 is probably is worth investing. But whereas other stocks, including Intervac and Copin and Imagine, is where I'm investing, including Vimy Hologram Cloud Incorporated. So hopefully you like this overview of what's happening with this week's recent Microsoft contract with the US defense. Please click the like button and see you on my next video. Thank you.